Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. Welcome to What the Heck Do You Need to Know This Week reading. We are going to use Madame Endora's, what are the fortune cards? So I gotta say, sometimes the messages are a little tough. So I do have a clarifier here in case I needed to try to figure it out. And then we're going to get into some of the other details of it. I'm going to use the 9-card spread, and everybody just wants to come out all at once. What is this? You get an obstacle cleared for you by somebody that you know that acts on your behalf. Well, that doesn't suck at all. Okay. In the area of obstacles, the card says a close friend acts on your behalf. You have some really great healing energy that is coming through. Actually, you have a really lovely reading. Okay, let's go. So, overall energy here. Be meticulous and patient. Oh my God, is that Virgo in retrograde energy? Okay, so Virgo, Mercury in Virgo. Wow, okay, Mercury in retrograde in Virgo. It makes it hard for me to speak clearly at all, so sorry about that. So, this Mercury stations direct on the 15th. So it's coming right up, like next week. So next week is a busy week. We get the new moon in Virgo, which is amazing. It has such great energy. We have, at that time, Venus in your sign conjunct Juno, who says, I know my worth, I know my worth. They're like moving direct. And so all the personal planets will be moving direct. We'll finally start to get things moving. And so this creative idea, this creation energy of the spider, be patient, pay attention to the details. They'll be moving forward, but everything's a little slow until we get to about 6 weeks from now, when we get to that new moon eclipse in Libra, which really explodes everything out into the world in a big way, especially for you, because air feeds fire. And so I think you'll really find yourself lifted up and ready to rock and roll. But in the meantime, it's about paying attention to the details and keep creating, but creating, I want to say, at a pace that works for you. And the thing about a spider, if you'll notice, every night they go in and they do the repair and they take things apart. So during this reviewing time of all these planets in retrograde, don't be afraid to take something apart. Maybe like if you're doing a website or a business plan, or if you're knitting. That's what they're showing me is knitting, which is really funny. But anything, you've already put the time into it. And sometimes we're like, well, I've already put the time into it. I don't want to have to redo it. I think you're going to want to go back and redo it, because you're going to want it to be on a very solid, well-built foundation, whatever this thing is. And so as much of a pain in the butt as it is sometimes to go back and undo something in order to redo it, I think you will, in the long run, be really glad that you did. And so since this pace right now with all these planets in retrograde is about reviewing, revising, reconstructing, figuring things out, and at that 10-10 gateway right there at the time of on October 14th, so 10-10 gateway is October 10th. And so then on October 14th is that new moon eclipse, and Pluto, though, on the 10th, stations direct. And so he's been deconstructing, and now he's going to get ready to reconstruct. And so it becomes really important that you're very meticulous about what you're doing. But you are really well protected, because here we've got a friend coming in to help you. And in the heart space, they're just telling you you are safe from harm. And so I think that there's something, a real connection here with some kind of a knight in shining armor. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, but there's somebody who's going to protect you and take care of you, Leo. So I love that. That was really nice for you. So key to the situation here, oh my God, the key to the situation here is unseen forces watch over you. So what do you need to know? You are safe and protected. So take all the time you need to do it right, to figure out what you're doing. Whatever is going on here, you're going to have a lot of help in overcoming any obstacles that come along the way. I want to say be sure to thank Thank your spirit guide team and thank your guardian angels. This could be your guardian angel too. Your guardian angels, Archangel Michael, this energy of support and guidance from the divine to keep you safe. Take a moment in the morning and in the evening to thank them, or before you jump in the car and go anywhere, especially during this crazy Mercury retrograde that we have going on. So here in where you've been seeking knowledge, it says, oh my God, the black cat, your luck will soon change. So if you've been having a lot of good luck, it could mean that you won't be having as much luck. It doesn't say if it's good or bad. So there's a shifting in what you think is lucky. That being said, Spirit is working for you, not against you. And so if you may consider it not great luck if something happens, but I have a feeling it all comes around and really works out for you because you have all of this protection here. So, ooh. Ooh, what is this? In the area of resources, you have the talisman. You are destined to succeed. So resources is your emotional time, energy, finances. What a nice place for that to be sitting. And in how is your life going to be transforming? We have the maiden. The maiden says a new relationship blossoms. Now, this could be this friend that you didn't know. So maybe there's somebody at work and something came up and then you find out through the grapevine that this person was like, you know, they didn't do that. That was actually so-and-so or whatever. And they like set the record straight and you're like, oh, wow. And you start having a conversation with them and it might be this relationship is not an intimate partnership, but it's a really great friendship or somebody really like steps up and you recognize that, wow, this is somebody I really resonate with. So I don't want you to think, oh, you're going to have a new relationship that's romantic. That being said, it's totally possible. It's totally possible. I say that because Venus and Mars are having a conversation between now and the 28th of October when there is that full moon eclipse in Taurus because they are two signs apart, which is the energy of choice and decision making. So this is an interesting conversation. So right now Venus is in your sign and Mars is in Libra, and Libra is the relationship sign that Venus rules. And so they're talking about relationships. They are like, this is how do I receive, you know, the divine feminine energy of Venus, and how do I give Mars, the action planet, although at this time they're kind of in these other opposite areas of it because there's all that fiery energy of Leo, which gives and of the heart, and Libra wants to create relationship balance, and so that conversation, and then they move at like the same freaking time. She moves into Virgo, which is earth and nurturing and very feminine and receptive, and she's very entwined with her energy, and it's a pretty good place for her to be hanging out. And Mars goes home to Scorpio, and there he's all fired up and passionate, and they're having still this conversation of a sextile, of having this conversation about how do we relate. And so for some of you, there is a relationship situation that's deepening, and it could be romantic, and that's really lovely. In the area of what's draining your energy, I think things are getting better. You have, maybe you're waiting on test results, or, you know, maybe you went to see the doctor, or you're looking for some news or some information. It could also be because it's in the heart space. So that could be about your physical heart, or it could be about your emotional heart. And you finally get some information that helps you to feel better, because we have the caduceus, which is the medical symbol, and it says you will receive news from afar. And so whatever news you are receiving, it is going to aid you on your journey of healing, whether it is emotional or physical that is going on. Sometimes what it is that we learn it's not that, so then you know to keep looking. So it's not necessarily the cure, but it is definitely relationship about something that is draining your energy, either physically or emotionally from you. In the area of action to take, you have the minstrel, and it says let your intentions be known. But you will notice he sings, right? He was the guy that he would stroll from town to town, and he would hear all the gossip, and on his way to the next town he would find a way to make the gossip into some stories that he would set to song. So he got to the next town, and they would learn the news of the towns that he had already visited in the stories that he sang and told. And so he was like the radio station or a podcaster, but he set it to music in a way that was really pleasant to hear. And then people would tip him or they'd feed him or whatever. And that's how he made his living. And he just went around like a big gossip, basically, but doing it in a way that was really entertaining for those that heard. And so there's a thing about the action to take is to tell your story and it would be your story, I think, but to present things to people in a way that's very palatable, that they're willing to hear it, that they want to know it the way you're going to tell it. And then we have this anchor into the wisdom of seek wisdom and guidance from elders. And so I feel like this kind of relates more to this right here. I think you have a lot of protection, but there's more information you need about some kind of a situation that's been draining your energy. Whether, I don't think it's financial because the finances look good, but I do think it's emotional or physical health here. So if you have any of those things going on, if it is financial, because that can stress you out and that would lead to it, I just want you to understand that with this card here, you're destined to succeed. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You might have to overcome some obstacles to get there, right? And so maybe that would be a good reason to connect with people who know more about maybe how to invest or next steps in some legal procedure or something like that. So you have the card of nature. Get out of nature. I love this. Get out of nature. Right now we're in the shoulder season, and so in most parts of the world, it is becoming more comfortable to get out there. Here in the northern hemisphere, it's like going into fall, and so it's cooler, and you can go for a walk and not die from the heat, right? I don't die from the heat. I love it, but other people complain. But then also, if it's in the cooler climates, it's starting to warm up, and you want to get outdoors, and so get out there. Get out there and enjoy that. Ooh, look, this is interesting. So we have this little calico kitty down here. So this is feminine receptive energy. We have the moon, feminine receptive energy. And we have the dark horse, which would be your subconscious feminine receptive energy. And so get out in nature. Go out in nature as much as you can for its pure creativity. And it can teach you everything you need to know. Be open to receiving the healing energy. So if you've been stressed out about finances or a health situation or something like that, work situation, getting outside, get outside, connect with the earth. If you can get barefoot, which isn't always possible, but if you can get barefoot, even better. Or sit down on the ground, take a blanket and sit under a tree and just, connect for a little bit. Ooh, what a great card for a fire sign. I love it. I love it. Let's see what this says. This says, I can't. Vibration. There you go. Totally. Look at all that creative, passionate energy there. You are pure energy. Whatever you think, feel, say, and do has an effect on the entire planet. You do make a difference in this world. Use your energy wisely. Be meticulous and patient, right? Use your energy wisely. When this card appears, it asks you to be mindful of what it is that you are putting out there. You are an energetic powerhouse, and your influence on others is strong, right? So be mindful of how you are putting stuff out into the world. Do it in a way that is gentle and uplifting and inspirational, right? So that you will draw and attract what you want. You don't need to demand and push. You can actually pull what you want, attract it to you. So you are an energetic powerhouse, and your influence on others is strong. Keep your intentions set on the highest good. Use your ability to energetically uplift others, uplift the energy of others. And so it is how you are communicating to others that is the vibration, right? The strings on this lyre or whatever it is he's playing, whatever the musical instrument is, the sound is the vibration, right? And so, are you resonating with the people around you? Are you speaking, telling the story, encouraging, bringing people along on a vibrational energy that uplifts them also and brings them along and attracts and draws to you what it is that you are seeking? That is really cool. All right, let's get you a crystal and some affirmations to work with. But I do want to invite you over to Facebook, because over there I do astrology every day. If you didn't check out your September monthly reading, I will link it up here. You should check that out. I did it in sort of two parts because there was so much going on. And so we're going to do the monthly. That'll be here next week. The mid-monthly come out. We'll get deeper using the same cards, but pulling more cards. You have Garnet. I love that. This is a very grounded, earthy, get out there and connect with the earth. This is that nature card here in action, right? So it is like for Capricorn season. It is Garnet. It's very, it is root chakra. It is manifesting, is creating. But when I feel kind of disjointed, how do I put it? Like everything is kind of like it is right now when I can't talk. If I use garnet, I have a big piece of garnet and I sit with that, or sometimes if I have to work and I need to be able to focus and stay grounded and not let my brain be kicking around all over, garnet is really great for that. So I stay focused on the task at hand. I accomplish my goals with creativity and determination. Creativity and determination. The spider, being meticulous and patient, and be determined. Be determined. Be determined. Okay, stop procrastinating, it says. Increase self-motivation, maintain focus, determination, and success. Stay grounded and focused, walk the path to creative success. There's something going on that you've got going on, and there's a lot of opportunity. This new moon that is coming up next week on the 14th is definitely a great time to plant a seed of intention that is going to bear fruit. But because it is in Virgo, it will need you to nurture it. You will need to show up for it. You will need to pay attention to what needs to be pruned out, what needs to be watered, what kind of food does it need, how can you grow it. It needs constant attention. It's not something you can just throw out there and never look back at, and one day all of a sudden there it is, a money tree. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to pay attention because it's in Virgo. It requires effort, and then it brings great reward, which is very cool. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thanks for coming. If you do, you will get an opportunity to get a free reading with me. And hit the like. Thank you. And subscribe so that when that mid-month comes out, you will be notified. All right, take care. I'll talk to you soon.